Really quickly, I want to show you how the resonance scanning works on the Healy app. So you'll see on the bottom middle part of my screen, I have the two apps, the pink dot and the blue dot. The one that has the self-scanning capability is the blue dot. So to turn the app on, or the Healy on, before I click the app, and it will open. You just hit next. So the first thing that you're going to want to do when you first start to use this app to scan yourself or other people is you're going to want to add yourself or whoever you're scanning as a client. So on the bottom left-hand corner where you see the little home, it looks like a house, you just click that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click clients and then add new client, and you can do all of these different things, but we'll pick person for now. And then make sure that you put a picture. The aura scan will not work unless you put in a picture of the person that you're scanning or of yourself. You can do a resonance scan without a picture, but you have to have a picture to do an aura scan. So if you just tap it, you can do take photo or choose from gallery, whichever one. I'm not going to do that part right now though. So to enter in the client, you would put in their first name. Let's do a Jane Doe because I'm already in here. And then date of birth, this part you definitely want to put in there. You can click up at the top where it says February 2021, the little arrow. You just click that and you can change the year to whatever, the month, and then you can go back and change the day to whatever the date was on that year. And then place of birth, you can leave blank if you want. I like to put it if I know where the person was born. So let's just say if someone was born in like Denver, oops, don't know how to spell, Colorado, USA. It doesn't have to be, there's no specific like technical way to put it in. Just put in to the best of your ability where this person was born. And then male or female, you can just check one. And then you don't have to put an email or phone number or address or anything. It doesn't matter. You can if you want to. I normally just leave it blank. And then make sure you click the synchronize with the cloud so that it saves it to the cloud if you ever get, a new phone or have to get a new device or something like that. And then the next thing that you want to do is record their initial vibration. So what you would do is, this is kind of like their baseline. And so you hold the Healy in your right hand. If the person is not, if you're doing this virtually, all you have to do is hold the intention for them and they will hold the intention for themselves and it will record their vibration. And so you hold the Healy, holding the intention for yourself or for someone else, and you click the little plus sign down in the bottom right corner. And you can see the waves going across, recording the initial vibration. When it's done, it'll return you to this page. And then you just hit the check mark up in the top corner. Client has been saved, and then you want to hit yes. And then if you want to run an analysis on this specific person right away, you can hit yes. And if not, you just hit no. And it will be done. So the little check box up there is grayed out, which means it's saved. So then you can just go back. And now the person should be there. Let's make sure. Yep, I can see Jane Doe, so we're all good. And then you can go back here and do the scanning. And then there's two different types of scanning that this does. It has a resonance analysis and the aura analysis. The aura analysis is going to scan your energy field and your chakras, and then the resonance analysis is going to scan for the specific areas in your body that are holding, energetic blockages, cellular trauma, etc. So just to give you a quick idea of how this works, I'm going to run a scan on myself, and this is how you would be able to do it on yourself or another person, just whoever you're doing it on. So the first thing that I'm going to do is click resonance analysis. And then I'm going to choose the person in here that I want to do it on, which is me. Continue with the database selection. I'm going to go all the way down. These are all the programs that Healy can scan for. I just like to scan for all of them at once. So that's the bottom one, all Healy programs. And then the focus, you can edit this if you want to. You can put something else in there. But I just like to keep it as with what do I have the greatest resonance now, which basically means what do I need the most right now. So we're going to start the analysis, and then the fingerprint is not actually scanning your fingerprint. What that's doing is it'll start the analysis as you hold your finger down on it, but it's really just to keep your focus and your attention and your intention on the scan and so that you can focus. So I'm going to do that now. Okay. Sometimes it'll go really fast. For other people, it might go slower. It just depends on how dense their energy field is. And then it's going to pull up the programs. So we've got beauty, skin, pain, psyche, job, and fitness. At a first glance, I can tell you that this is probably pretty accurate. The little percentages that you see in the top left corner of each category is the percentage of relevancy that it has. So it's from highest to lowest, beauty being my highest and fitness being my lowest. So we can actually go deeper into each of these ones. So sometimes I'll just screenshot it, or if I'm doing this on a client or somebody else, you know, through Zoom or whoever else, I'll write them down on a piece of paper so I don't have to exit the app to look at whatever I wrote down. So I'll just show you how to go a layer deeper within each one. So I'm going to start with the beauty one. So we go back to this little bottom middle thing that kind of looks like a heartbeat. It'll take us back to the resonance analysis. I'm going to choose myself again. Continue with database. And this time I'm not going to select all Healy programs. I'm going to find beauty because I want to go deeper. And then I'm going to start the analysis with this one. And again, it's the fingerprint. You hold whatever finger down on, it doesn't matter. Mine always goes so fast like that. I'm not sure why. Skin, elasticity, inner beauty, skin, hair, and nails. So then you can kind of go a layer deeper and look. And then there are also explanations for all of these that Healy provides for you on like a PDF document, so you can read about, you know, the deeper meaning of each of these things. And then I'd be able to run programs on the other app for whatever this thing is. So if my top thing that came up was skin and then skin elasticity, I would go, you know, I would hook the Healy up to myself. I'd go into the other app and then run the full program for skin elasticity to deliver those microcurrent frequencies to my body to help facilitate healing in this specific area. So that's the resonance analysis, and then you could go deeper into each layer. However deep you really want to go. You can run a scan on all the programs for yourself, play around. I do it all the time. So the aura analysis down here, we're going to do that one now. For the aura analysis, you have to have a picture of the person to be able to run it, just so you know. So we're going to record my aura. Again, it's always so fast. Okay, so you'll see it's got all the little colors around there and everything. You can click interpretation and it just gives like a general overview of the different, you know, chakras that are high or low or whatever. But I like to go into the full analysis. So we hit that pink button, analysis, and it'll give you the actual bar chart of each one of your chakras. The one all the way to the left is a total average of all of them, and then there's the 7 chakras, crown through root, and you can see that it's on a scale of 0 to 100. Obviously, the higher it is, the higher frequency that chakra is operating out of, which is obviously better, and then the lower ones are the ones that are checked. So you can uncheck these and recheck them. Whichever ones you want to find out more about, you can check them all. You can check as few as you want, and then you can go to interpretation. I like to keep the 3 lowest chakras checked the way that the app will do it automatically for you. And then we go to interpretation. Oh, I'm sorry, not interpretation. Start analysis. And I like to include the high negative relevancies as well, so I always toggle that over. And then start analysis. Okay, so here is the explanation for where there are potential either energetic blockages in my chakras or things that are, you know, in alignment. It's not always just pointing out things that are, you know, bad or wrong, and we don't want to judge it as good or bad. We just like to look at it and see what areas of focus we need to focus on. So, for example, I know this is kind of look confusing with all the numbers and letters and colors, but I just usually look at the present state description. And in this case, this one's coming up for the root chakra, and the color of your root chakra should be red. It says my present state is red, and it says, which is good. The expression of the deepest trust towards life is safety. The picture of harmony, the person feels safe within life. And I would say that that's absolutely true for me right now. So that's an example of one that's like on the more positive side where you're like, oh, great, that's awesome, I'm doing great. And then again with the root chakra, something that's in alignment. Let's find one that's kind of like out of alignment. Okay, so crown chakra, it's supposed to be violet. My present state is yellow orange. So something's off. So the present state description, the person sees their life through the filters of their emotions and their control, and therefore cannot see the direction of their life. I would say that, yeah, sometimes I let my emotions cloud my ability to see the clear path of my life. I mean, I think we all can kind of relate to that a little bit. So yeah, and again, we're not judging these things as good or bad. We're just kind of going through them. We take what resonates and we take what doesn't. But the cool thing that we can do now is on this actions button down here, you can click actions and show PDF. So if you're doing this on someone else or you want to save the one you're doing on yourself, this little 3-prong thing in the top right corner, you click that. And then I can send it to someone. I can airdrop it. I can save it to files, whatever else. You can actually email it to somebody. If you want to email it to a client, it'll automatically attach it there. So you can share it, save it. So if you don't know how to save to files, that's right here. You can save it to your iCloud if you're on an iPhone. Lots of different ways you can save and send. You can text it to someone. And then you can actually vibrate the correct frequencies back to yourself. So, or to the other person while holding you and that person, both holding the intention for that person to receive those frequencies. So you can select different times, seconds, frequencies, however long you want to do it for. If I'm doing this with someone, I always do 1 minute and 20 seconds, and you hit start and you'll see that it will send the frequencies. I'm not going to let it go the whole time though. And that is how the scanning system works.